Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm inside today. Hold on, that needs all fixed there. Note to self, stop squeezing spots. Oh, can't help myself. If there's a spot, it's going to get squeezed, unfortunately. I can't watch other people doing spot squeezing. I can squeeze my own spot, so. Let's see if I can get the chat up. There, found us. The sun is away. Hi Maya, good morning. No sunshine. It was sunny earlier on. I was getting all ready to get my chair out. Hi Destiny. Hi Emily. Yep. There we go. On live chat. I'll show you. Good morning, Millie. I'll show you what it's like out there. Look. Good morning, lovely Terry. Yeah. Grey. I was talking to Elena about an hour and a half ago, and she was saying it was raining. And I was like, oh, it's lovely here. It's beautiful here. I'm going to get my chair out. Look, there's my squishy bottle and everything. I was like, I'm going to be getting my chair. I'm awful high. My high in the day. That's good. There we go. Yeah, there we are. That will do us. So I thought I'm going to be getting out today. It's going to be another lovely day today. And as I was talking to my mum, yeah, my butterflies are beautiful. Look, I can put them on. That was lovely Phoenix that got me these. You can't really notice, but they light up as well. They light up also. My little butterflies. I like lots of stuff behind me. I'm trying to be like lovely Jacqueline that comes into the chat. That's one of my moderators. Her backgrounds are always amazing. The amount of time she spends on her backgrounds is unbelievable. She's always got it themed. It's always themed. Good morning, lovely Joy in Brazil. Oh, Brazil. I would love to carnival in Brazil. That's what I would love to do. In Brazil, we always see them in carnival with the best costumes ever. I would love to do that. Good morning, Maggie Mag. Good morning to you. Yeah, so I doubt I'm going to be getting out today. And I got half my garden lawn mowed yesterday. I'd said to my son, you need to go and do my grass and that for me. So he was messing about in the back garden and I kept saying to him, well, it's grey clouds, it's going to rain. And he managed to get half of it done before it started. But it was some storm we had last night. It was a good storm. So I took my chair from my dressing table over to my window and I just sat there at my window looking out. See, the simple things in life like that I love. You know, just watching and smelling the smell of the air. You could smell the lightning in the air. So you could. So do you know what I should have done on the 1st that I didn't do? It was Marilyn Monroe's birthday on the 1st. So it was, we should have had a Marilyn Monroe birthday party. I'd forgot all about it. What kind of fan am I? What kind of Marilyn Monroe fan am I? Forgetting that it was her birthday on the 1st, Linda. To be fair though, I don't know what day it is, or date, or month, or year for that matter. Well, I know it's 2020, how could we ever forget this year? Apart from that, I don't know anything till all this is over with. And the other day as well, see, I've been watching a lot of NASA, because, as I said, I'm an armchair astronaut. Thank you very much, Tareen. I hope I'm saying your name right. It's a lovely name. Lovely South Africa. You had a nasty storm too, but I was, see, I kind of like a chaos. You know, I kind of like a bit of storms, as long as it's not like dangerous. But I do like a storm. But not during the day. It can storm at night time. It's going to storm just now. It's going to be stormy the now. See if it starts thunder and lightning, we'll go out. we'll go out and live dangerously. Next to the lamppost. Oh. that do you know, see if that happened and I got struck with lightning, that would my videos would be viral then, wouldn't they? No, we don't get tornadoes or anything like that. We do get very high winds, sometimes over 100-mile-an-hour winds and stuff like that we do get. And they can be quite damaging, you know, uprooting trees and stuff like that. But all our buildings are built like with bricks and stuff, so yeah, I done a bit of click. They see that? See, these are on to the clickbaiting now. Crying. I was doing a bit of clickbaiting. I'm learning, you see. I'm learning this whole YouTube thing eventually. Only after what, 4 or 5 years? I'm getting into it now. Yeah, but I'm sad that I can't get out though. I'm actually sad that I can't get out to sit. Because I love sitting out there in my chair, you know that. Yeah, so we do get really strong winds and stuff like that. And trees and things like that. And a few times my garden's been trashed. And I've had to go out there and it's heartbreaking for me to see all my things. And a lot of my ornaments have got a face on them. Let's see. I've got a lot of ducks and chickens and elephants and giraffes and things like that, right, on my wall. And see if it's really strong winds and a lot of my decorations are trashed and smashed. See, seeing their wee faces lying and they're all in bits. It really breaks my heart. Hello, Andrea. So if I look out and all my scarecrows, a few scarecrows didn't make it the last high wind. That was pretty sad. Maya? Maha? Hello and beautiful. Bonjour in lovely France. Or bonjour et français. I don't know if that's right or not. Please forgive me. I try. Good morning, Sasha. Yeah, so I've been doing my armchair astronaut stuff. You know, the astronauts are up there on the space station and I've got to do my duty, my armchair duty of watching every chance I get from the space station. So yesterday they rang the bell for the New York Stock Exchange. So they did. Ah, you're up with insomnia. Oh, I hope you can drift off to sleep. We'll do some ASMR for you. Yeah, my lovely butterflies. I've actually got quite a few butterfly things. I hadn't realised how many butterflies I've got. Oh, yes, that's, yeah. Oh, I like a curry. As long as it's not too spicy for me. I'm not really into roasting hot spicy. My dad loves the kind of curries. The hotter the better. But I'm more of a korma girl, you know. I love chicken tikka, but it's got to be kind of mild. It's got to be mild. So the astronaut thing, see, I keep getting distracted. So they were ringing the bell in the New York Stock Exchange. So they're floating about. See, they're teasing me doing all this floating about. They know I'm watching. They know I'm watching them and they're teasing, doing all the floating and spinning things and stuff like that. They know that I want that so bad. Oh, you like a super spicy curry. See, my dad loves the hotter. See, I couldn't. And my dad doesn't touch. See, if I've got a kind of hot curry, I've always got like a glass of water. My dad will not touch any liquids while he's having his curry until afterwards. And I'm like, oh, I'm fanning my mouth. But I love a nice curry. So I don't know when Doug and Bob are coming back to Earth. I would love to be up there. I know that's why they've done this whole SpaceX thing, because they know that I want it so bad. They say, let's get it right up that wee Scottish lassie, be launching this, and then we'll go up there and we'll tease her crazy, doing all these lovely things. I would love to do it though. I would love to do it one day. As I said though the other day, they would probably get the helmet and that on me, and I'd go, no, I've changed my mind. And it'd been too late now that I'd be getting pushed aboard. They'd be kicking me aboard the shuttle. Get in there. I'd be clinging on like that. Please don't make me go. Get in. You wanted this and you get. I'm going to change my mind now. Oof, see, I'd be closer to the aliens if I was up there, wouldn't I? I'd be closer to them. And I know that, see, if the space station or that is looking at Earth, for instance, and they see some UFOs, they've just got to kid on they don't see it. Because I've seen quite a few YouTube videos, and it's, the Earth's going round like that. And then you see all these little things that aren't our crafts, little things all coming out and into the Earth. And the astronauts have just to pretend that they never saw that there. Or they say it's some kind of debris, from waste dumps or something like that, because they do waste dumps, and that's like their toilet. They waste dump it out into, they jettison it out into space, and it just goes out like little droplets like that. And they try and say that these spaceships that we see coming in and out Earth, that's what it is. It's space debris. But it is aliens. I know it's so they might think I was fair game if I was on the space station. And then can you imagine actually trying to poke their eye, as I said, with that low gravity? They would be onto me before their eye got poked. See here, I could do it quite swift. But if I was in the space station, I'd be poking like that. And by that time, they could have my hand slapped away. Like that. So on Earth, I've got a good chance of jabbing them, but see, up in the space station, there's no chance they'd be onto me. They would know what my intentions were. They'd be slapping away with a big finger like that. That's what would be happening. See, it's all in my mind. I could write a movie. It's all in my imagination, all this stuff. I'm good, Leanne. But I'm not getting out, don't I? But saying that, look, it's got a bit brighter since I started talking to you. You seem to do that. Let me see. Let's see if we can. See, the sky's a wee bit. There's a bit of blue up there. Look, there's a bit of blue. So, ooh. So hopefully. But it is a wee bit chilly outside. I'm just after going out to get my bins in. I've got a fear, right? This may be an irrational fear. I've always got a fear somebody's going to steal my bins. I don't know why. Maybe it's because when we first started getting wheelie bins, young kids and that used to steal them and set fire to them. They did. And I've got that fear. See, as soon as my bins have been emptied, I'm like, better hurry up and run out there and get the bins before someone steals the bin. And I was thinking to myself when I brung the bins in, I thought to myself, who's actually going to steal the wheelie bins now? Oh, but sure, see, there you go. Sasha, there, Sasha's bin was stole, so I knew it. Put an alarm on it. Or bells or something like that on it, so we could, it's down there, it's down, listen for my bin. My wheelchair and that, I've got bells and stuff on the wheelchair. I'd be as well doing that to my wheelie bins. Ribbons and bows and stuff like that, so that the bin men would like it, so they would. But the bin guys are still doing that same thing. The bin lorry comes into the street, right? And then at the back of them comes a big van. And all the bin men are in the van. They're all in the van. They're not in the only person in the bin lorry is the driver. But when they're in the van, they're kind of sitting closer than not. So I don't understand. But that they're still doing that. Because I see everything that's going on, because I'm one, really, really nosy, and two, I spend the majority of my day looking out this window or sitting outside and looking, oh look, the sun. Yous have done this, yous have brung the sunshine. Hey? My subscribers bring the sunshine to the yard. That's my new song. That should be my new channel trailer. my subscribers bring all the sun to the yard. Because Poppy, she brings the boys to the yard. We know that. We know that Poppy does that. I'm a curtain twitcher. But remember the last time we were actually blind twitchers. Because we were in the blinds watching the police. But that day we were calling them the fuzz. Because that's how we call them. There's other names they go by as well, but rude names that I'm not going to mention. But they do go by the fuzz sometimes. And now and again I'll go, oh, there's the fuzz. And my kids will go, the fuzz? That's what they're called. Or they used to be called that, you know, in the olden days. You know, see when things were black and white, that's what they were called, the fuzz. Oh, they all know me because every time they come into the street, I'm doing something at the window, you know, I'm like, kidding on, there's a mark on the window. Oh, what's happening? Oh, look like that. I'm kidding on. I pick up any cloth and go over to the window and just stand and go, oh. I've got to know, you know, you've got to know what's happening in your neighbourhood. You know, neighbourhood watch. It's the same as see if there's a fight or anything like that. I'm at the door, and it's great being out there because I can hang on my wall like that, and nobody can see me. You know, because you don't want to be, oh, there she is listening. But I can stand there quite happily and hear everything that's going on, in comfort, with a cup of coffee and some popcorn if need be. There's a few times, in fact, last week I think. I was in changing my bed, and it was about 7 o'clock in the morning. I was changing my bed like that, and somebody must have been on the raz from the Saturday night because I could hear two girls getting at it, you know, fighting. And oh, the bed got dropped immediately, like that, and I was straight out there like that. What's going on? Oh. And see when you hear them calling each other names, you're like, oh, it's getting juicy. It's getting juicy now, you know. And then I can phone my girls and say, oh, you better tell you about the fight that happened this morning. I'm a walking webcam, you know, but I think I'm doing my duty for the neighbourhood. But do you know what I'm missing? The swimming, because there was always stuff happening up there. Always stuff going on up the swimming. And I would, you know, text Amanda or something and say, wait, I've got a story for you. She's going to know a swimming story, what's happened up the swimming. You know, like that young guy. That young guy that was built well, we should say, not in height, but in other places he was built. And he decided to get the lounge chair directly in my lane, like that, right? So that when I'm swimming, he's there. And he lies on this lounge chair. Now, it's an indoor pool, but he lies on the lounge chair anyway, he lies like that. But he brings his knees up to his chest like that and opens his legs wide. Well, I was just about drowning. Good morning, Mama Spoon. Good morning, Icicle Crown. Yeah, see, I hear that. I hear people breaking up. Oh, I wish we were sitting here with a coffee too. But that young guy, that was for my benefit, that sitting on the lounge chair with his legs like that. I mean, that's not for comfort. Come on. So, I can't not look. You know, I'm trying not to look, but I can't. Even when I'm looking away from him, I can see him like that. And I'm swimming, I'm doing my lengths, and I start to get the giggles. I start to get the giggles. And I'm thinking, I'm saying to myself, stop laughing. And I'm going, water. I've swallowed some water. I'm going, people are looking at me and I'm going, it's all right, I just swallowed some water. It's just water, and the more I'm trying not to laugh, of course, the more I'm laughing. So I think he knew that I was laughing at him. He didn't come back. He didn't come back. Yeah, Speedos it was as well, Speedos. So there was no leaving anything to the imagination, really. I mean, it was all there. It was all there, and I think everybody knew what I was laughing at. I think the rest of the place knew. Oh, I'm glad you did. Mama Spoon, I've accidentally unmodded you. Hold on. I removed a lot of moderators. I had about 50, you see. Because one day, remember that one time I got drunk? Let's not say it's any more than that, right? There's probably been a few occasions I've been a little bit tipsy on this. But on one occasion anyway, I decided that everybody was going to be a mod. So I had about 50, honest to God. I love see, even when I'm drinking, I love everybody. I'm that kind of drunk. I'm the kind of drunk that give me a cuddle. And kiss me now. Where's my kiss? Like, get away. That's the kind of drunk I am. I love everybody. I love everybody anyway, but drink heightens that love. Drink makes us, you know, sisters and brothers. That's what it is. And we should kiss. There's nothing wrong with sisters kissing sisters and brothers kissing sisters. No tongue though, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Just normal drunk kisses. That's what we need. No tongue though. Draw the line at that. Draw the line there. Oh well, there you go, Mama Spoon. You've got a range. So, yeah, so today I'm going to be sitting here. Do you know what I was watching? I was a wee bit sad watching it. I was watching about Prince. I loved Prince. I loved his music. I loved everything about him. He was a great showman. Not only was his songs awesome, but just his vibe and everything about him. He was just a great showman and everything. And it was such a sad way for him to go, wasn't it? So I was watching that earlier, and it's still really, really sad. And see, when you see interviews, I watched an interview. Well, it wasn't an interview. He was doing a thing with the puppets, the Muppets, and he was funny. I know he was funny too. He was such a lovely guy, and I think his eyes. He just had really lovely eyes, and just such a shame. Such a shame for him. Oh, did he live a few in Paisley Park? Oh, I would love to see Paisley Park. Oh, well, see, Debbie, no, I wish I was in your street. Your street sounds way better than mine. That's a sight to see, isn't it? That is a sight. But, oh, aye, Prince's house. I've only seen some pictures of it, mind you, but he had a whole recording studio. In fact, he had 2 recording studios, and he had a place that he used to do. He used to do gigs for his house and stuff like that. So he was a lovely guy. I think he took advantage. I think a lot of people took advantage of him for his money and stuff. Like that's how he broke away from Warner Brothers. That was his record label. Because he didn't own Purple Rain, the song, even though he made it and everything like that. That's when he became the symbol. But so sad, and there again, it was these prescription drugs. I don't know if he was on anything else. I don't really know all of it, but I know that he was taking prescription drugs, and I know that they had to give him one of the injections that reverses opioids. He got that when he was flying for Georgia. He was doing a show in Georgia, and he was flying home, and they had to do a detour into Chicago, I think it was. to the, because he wasn't feeling well, or he'd stopped breathing or something like that, and they had to give him that, I think it's an adrenaline shot or something like that, and it stops the opioids. Yes, Freddie Mercury as well. I loved. Do you know, all my life I had no idea that he was gay, the man, and I had the biggest crush on him. So I was probably not his type, but I thought he was a beautiful man, Freddie Mercury. He really was. But it's funny how, I mean, when they get to being that kind of celebrity, all these people were clinging on to them that really didn't like, well, I don't know if they didn't like him, but for their opportunities and stuff like that, using them, that's horrible, isn't it? It's horrible that. I would have been Prince's friend. I would have. In fact, without any money, he could have come down here to the bungalow and we could have jammed out. He could have brought his guitar. I could sit with my pots and pans or the spoons. You know, I could play a mean version of Purple Rain on the Spoons like that. Me and Prince jamming away. And he'd be saying, you play the spoons better than MD in this planet. And I'd be going, rock and roll, Prince. Like that. Debbie, there's always stuff happening in this street because just up the road we've got, as I say, the supermarkets and the pubs and stuff like that are just up there, and there's pubs down that way. So, and we've got blocks of flats. So there's all the police have just went. The fuzz have just went by on bikes. They were whizzing by there. They were whizzing. Oh, Heath Ledger. Yeah. I know that's how I mean, I could, if I wanted, I could probably go up and get some morphine patches or something like that for the pain, but I would enjoy it too much. I know that about my personality. I would become addictive. And then the more you're dependent, the more you need to take. And that's when they end up taking these overdoses. It's really sad. But I still listen to Prince's music to this day. I love it. I love it. And Sign of the Times. See, when you listen to the words of Sign of the Times, even today, it's as if the man could see into the future. You know, it's still the same. What a shame. But I'll probably listen to some more Prince music today after me watching that. So I don't know what else I'm going to watch. Do you know, I do. I'm going to be watching NASA again. I'm on the NASA channel. See, the NASA's got a NASA TV on YouTube. I'm on that a lot. I'm on that a lot with my NASA jacket and all that, sitting here like that. Right, let's go for launch, guys. Let's go for launch. T minus 10 seconds. Till I have my next sip of coffee. Who have I seen in concert? The Spice Girls. I've seen the Spice Girls, and I've only ever been to 2 concerts in my whole life. Hi, sweet Emily. I'm doing good. I only ever went to the Spice Girls concert and a band that was big in the 80s here in the UK called Curiosity Killed the Cat. And Curiosity Killed the Cat, I went to their concert when I was 15, right, with my friends at school. And it was in a place in Glasgow called the Barrowlands. So what we done was we decided we were going to get a drink, right, 15, we were going to get a drink, and my drink of course was vodka back then as well. So what we done was we got a bottle of vodka and we got a bottle of cola. We emptied out half the cola and filled in the bottles of vodka like that. And then we drank it on the way through to Glasgow city centre on the bus at 15. I do not, you should never do this, right? See, by the time we got there, we were absolutely blazing, right? Blazing was the word. In fact, one of the girls that was in the group could hardly stand up. And I remember us saying, we're never going to get in now, even though with tickets, the bouncers wouldn't let you in, being in that kind of state. We're going, would you sober up, right, to this poor lassie? And she's going, oh, I'm sober. And we're going, you're not sober, you can't stand, pack it in. Behave normal, we were saying to her, right, behave. So we walked around the block a few times, and she kind of, well, sobered up a bit. I think we were diverting. Oh, look at the aeroplane up at the sky, like that. You know, get in the doors. We were doing that to her. But we did get in. We did eventually get in. And see, the next day and the day after, we had exams at school. That's how naughty I was. I was a terrible naughty person. That was how, we'd no mobile phones or anything like that back then. That's all we had. Yeah, that's all we had was like smoking and drinking back in the day. We had none of this technology. We were into the hard stuff. Oh, do you know, I was actually in Travis, that's another Scottish band. I was in one of their videos, but you don't see me. But it was in the Barrowlands as well. And I'd won a competition on the radio to be in their video, and it was down the Barrowlands. And so we saw them, and I got my picture taken with them and that. But yeah, that's my, and I tell you the absolute truth, that's the kind of person I was back then. Oh, you can't understand a thing with my accent. Well, this is probably not the best channel for you to listen to, so I'm really sorry. But perhaps you should go to someone else's channel that you can understand. See, these people in the chat have known me for quite a while, so they're kind of used to this whole thing here. And I can't change it. This is me. This is it. But you love my videos. Well, that's fine then. So you don't really need to hear the accent. You don't really need to hear it, as long as I do stuff like that, then that's all right. That's okay then. And do you know something? People will say to me, you've got a really posh accent, you know? And I think to myself, oh well, I'm glad you find I'm funny. See, there we go. Is the market still? I'm not sure, Andrea. I think it is. The bars, you could buy anything that you were looking for. You could buy in the bars. Yeah. I don't think I would ever lose my accent. It's too thick. Thick is the word for my accent. And even when I try to be polite, it's still very thick. It's still, people are going, what? You saying? Even when I was in America, I was having to spell things out, and I'm not the best speller. Oh. Yeah, the Barrowlands, you could buy anything that you were looking for at all. Car parts, Barrowland, jewellery, the Barrowland, fireplaces, the Barrowland, anything that you wanted, you could find there. It was always knocked off, right? It was always somebody knew somebody in the Barrowland that had something, that had got it for somebody else's uncle. It's always that kind of place. In fact, I remember they used to, I don't know if they still do it, they used to do counterfeit cigarettes. They used to do down the Barrowland. And I remember being down there and you would hear somebody shouting, it's the police, and you'd see these people chucking all these cigarettes into their jacket and running down the road. Debbie, I talk too fast when I get excited. Or if I'm drunk, you know, I tend to talk way too fast. And if my daughters are with me, then we just do that. It's a whole new experience for everyone on the channel. Oh, Christine, I love you too. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that was my experience when I was 15. Shocking to think about now. Because at 15, I thought I was a big lady. I thought I was a big, big lady. And I looked like Madonna, I swear. I had the Madonna haircut and all that, you know, and I had bangles on up to the, you know, and the rah-rah skirts and all this kind of stuff on. So I was a spit an image. And there I was down the barrel. See, my mum and dad would have killed me if they knew. See, if they watch this, they'll be like, because I don't think I've even told them to this day. But I think they were suspicious that this kind of thing was going on. And we used to always say, right, what we'll do is we'll get a drink, but I'll say I'm staying at your house. You say you're staying at her house. She can say she's staying with me, and that's what we'll all go camping. We'll all go camping in a field, and we'll just get a drink like that. See, there was no mobile phones. uh, uh. Oh well, I was naughty. I was very naughty. See, I wouldn't want to go through it all again. Really, I'm happy now. I'm happy now. I wouldn't want to go through all that again. I've got 3 children. They're all grown up. I've got my daughter Sophie's 27, and then Amanda's 25, and then my son's 18. So they're all adults now. I still see them as wee kids as well. And then they'll come in and give me into trouble for something. Like Amanda likes to give me into trouble for if I'm ever up the ladders, which I'm not really meant to do that kind of thing, right? Because in my back and my leg and stuff like that, I'm not really meant to be up ladders, but I end up doing it. And if Amanda finds out I've been up the ladders, I get into trouble. And then I feel as if the roles are reversed. So I do. I feel as if she's my mum. Yeah, they're still my babies. Yeah, they give me into trouble. In fact, there's been a few times as well I've been in the hospital and I've been going, I'm wanting out of here, and don't you dare get out. What would you? And see the stuff that I'm like that. I've got to listen to them. Oh, they give me into trouble. But then again, we do this funniest thing. That time Amanda, the last time Amanda was up here with the strimmer out in the back garden, and the two of us had been drinking that champagne. That was a hilarious day. Oh, no, Pippa, it was beautiful this morning as well, and now the sun's went away. I had my bikini ready. I was going to go out there and do some bikini sunbathing. You know, and I'd have known all the hot men and ladies would have been going, oh, look at her, she's an absolute stunner right there in that bungalow. Oh, Debbie, see, my mum and dad were the same, so the less they knew, the better. But we always used to try and be fly and get one. See, you forget, see when you're a teenager, you forget your mum and dad have been through it all. We used to make plans, right, you're staying at her house. Whose house am I staying at? You're staying at my house, and I'm staying at yours, and she's staying at hers. Right, so have we got the story straight? Right. And we'll meet at the shop. Everybody have your £5 and we'll chip in. I remember all that. I think it was the excitement about doing something naughty as well that really got me going. I'm like, you know what I'm like? I like to kind of break the rules sometimes. So I think all that had me buzzing a wee bit. Ah. Thank you so much, ASMR Cowgirl, for coming in and spending time with me. Oh, Diamond White. Oh, gee. That was like cider, wasn't it? I think that was the cider. Oh, yeah. It was like £2 for a litre bottle or something like that, or a 2 litre bottle. That was lethal. Oof. But that's the kind of stuff we would drink because, it got us drunk. But we were only young. I don't think it would have took a hell of a lot to get us drunk. Even now, after one glass, I'm feeling quite jolly. Oh, well, thank you, Sasha, for coming in. Yeah, it's going to rain here, I think. See, there's a tiny bit of blue sky there. I'm hoping. Oof. Pippa, I always remember that one time we got cider, and see the next day, see when you went for a pee, your pee even smelled like the cider. So even now, I can't even smell the stuff. The stuff makes me feel sick. Oh, oof, Mama Spoon. We called that an empty. See, if your parents were on holiday and you were watching the house for them, that would be an empty. And you would only need to tell a couple of people, and it would be round the whole scheme that there was an empty happening. And I think, what's his name? Kevin Bridges, the comedian, talks about this. So you maybe only invited a couple of people, but people were coming to your empty. It wasn't a choice. It was, there's an empty happening. Be prepared for people. And they all used to come. And I remember Kevin Bridges saying, and then once the empty was over, you'd see somebody walking out the house with a microwave, saying, I think you'll notice that I bring this microwave with me. Oh, Kevin Bridges is excellent. I love him. Oh no, it all happened. See, in Glasgow, it happened. Or some people, if you were bored on a Friday or Saturday night, you would go about the scheme just listening for the music. That's an empty there. No, it's not. It's an empty. Listen. You'd listen and you go, George Bowie, GBX, that's an empty there. Let's get up. And then what you would say is, if they said, it was people you didn't know, right? Say you went up and who was it that sent you would just say Jim sent us, or Jimmy sent us. It was a guy called Jimmy we seen down at the off licence. Oh, Jimmy, I come in. Because there's always somebody called Jimmy. My dad's called James, and so is my brother. So there was always Jimmys about. So you would just say, oh, it was Jimmy. I met Jimmy down at the off licence there, and he just said to come up. Oh, come in then. It's a friend of Jimmy's. And there'd be some guy like that on the couch. Is that him there? That's the guy there. Oh, it's Jimmy's pals. Hi. Oh, see, the thing was, my mum and dad didn't smoke when I was younger, and I ended up smoking, and I would try and hide it. And see, just now, I've got a nose for smoke because I've not smoked in 8 years or something. I've been off of cigarettes, and I can smell a cigarette from up the road. I can smell a cigarette, and I thought to myself that I'd be fly and close my bedroom door and just put a jumper at the bottom of the door, thinking no smoke will escape, therefore my mum and dad will never smell it. No sooner had I lit the cigarette up, but my mum would be battering down the door, get that cigarette out. I'm like, oh no, that's me grounded for 2 months. Oh, oh god, false eyelash lost. Oh dear. Debbie. Oh. See, I know my mum was quite rebellious, but my dad wasn't. My dad was brought up with a not well-to-do family, but how can I put it? More proper. A more proper family my dad was brought up with than what my mum was. So I think I totally took after my mum. So I took that side. You know, there was no stopping it. See, once, but saying that, I grew up in Easterhouse in Glasgow as well. That's where I grew up as a wee girl. But that was back in the days that people would just leave their front door open and your neighbours just used to come in. And everybody had the same thing. You know, we all had the same clock on the wall and we all had the same table and stuff like that. So there was none, I've got something better than you. There was none of that. And we were allowed to play outside until the street lights came on. See, when the street lights came on, it was time to go home. And if you were hungry, you would shout up at the window that you wanted something to eat, and your mum would make you a piece of jam and throw it down. It was better times. It was better times then for kids. Saying that, there must have been the same kind of dangers about that just we didn't know who was a bad man or who was a bad lady. We didn't know. Whereas now we kind of know where they stay. Oh, we had to be in as soon as that street light was on. That was it. You were to be in, but it used to be great being able to play outside. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here and I don't know what. I'm going to listen to some Prince songs because I feel in the mood to listen to some of that now. And I hope you all have a lovely, lovely day today. And I hope the sun comes out and we can get out there in our bikinis and stuff like that and get some colour about us. I need to stop picking spots. I'll finish the video like this, right? So, thank you everyone for coming in and spending time with me today. I'll be back again tomorrow and I love you all very much. I'm going to kiss you now, right, but my finger's going to be here. So, no tongue, member. I don't like that. Right, okay, we're ready. See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.